What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Unsportsmanlike Conduct, episode 119. And if I did everything correctly, we should be back on Facebook.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and I will rant about Facebook in our little in the before we go. There we go. Look at that, back baby. I have a little rant about Facebook. Do a little intro here, and then let me rant for a moment or two, because I got a bone to pick with Facebook. But been a couple weeks since we're here, back to back. You know, Timmy, you weren't here for last show. You survived the mystery illness, which maybe Chris Porzingis might have. We'll talk about that.
I've solved the mystery.
Oh,
I have solved the mystery. It was food poisoning from the shitty cafeteria in my job.
Oh,
because it turns out I've been getting sick quite a bit from them. Just really never put it together, like different illnesses. And then all of a sudden, I was like, "What's going on here?" And then I described my symptoms to a coworker. They're like, "I got the same thing. The uncontrollable chills. I couldn't stop shaking." I was like, "Yeah, dude, painful." But that's what it is. They're not cooking something or doing something correctly, so they're out. They're officially out. If it's not from an outside company like the bagels, I will not eat their food.
Banned. Done. Get out of here. We don't want no more of that. You couldn't. Maybe if you were in the on that show, maybe I could have help me reel these guys in. But between the draft, which was almost 3.5, almost 4 hours, then last week is over 3 hours. I'm looking forward to a nice crisp show here with the A team, me and Timmy. Before we hit the theme and everything, we get into some sports stuff. Bone to pick with Facebook.
There we go.
So a couple weeks ago, advertising goes into Facebook. I put money behind our shows and whatnot on this Facebook page and the book show page. Do it on both. So my ads account. So I had a Facebook thing a couple weeks ago where my account got hacked. I got a weird, suspicious notification. I reset my password and everything. Everything seemed calm, but there were some charges on there, which some of them got blocked. A couple of PayPals for like $75 went through, but then PayPal refunded immediately. Got that taken care of, right? So, and then ever since the draft, right before the draft, I'm the only one who can see anything on Pop Culture Pros, which has driven me nuts because nobody can see it. And I'm like, I can see it. And I guess it's because I'm the creator of it. But, I would send it to you guys. Couldn't find it. My wife couldn't find it. Nothing. Nobody could find it. So I decided to do a little bit of digging here. But before the digging, Friday night, I start getting charged $1 charge, $2 charge, $3 charge, $4 charge, $5, $6, boom. And it's coming rapid fire. I see it going on Facebook, and I can barely get in there quick enough to stop it. Goes all the way up to like $19. So 19 different charges for $1 through $19. Then $119 charge that went through. Like, well, Facebook, you just reversed some things because of suspicious activity, and now you're letting all this shit go through. I got that handled with my credit card company, right? Then another time, again, I changed everything. They said, "Oh, we're all good." I'm trying to get my credit card information off file, but it keeps on going through for whatever reason. Here comes some more charges. Jeez. Right? So now I'm like, I don't even know what to do anymore. So I got my credit card replaced for a second time. I go through Facebook and I go to support and I list all the charges. I said, oh, we'll be more than happy to help you out with that. Just give me the transaction numbers, which I did. This guy responds back to me saying, we're unable to locate any suspicious activity on your account. The charges are valid. The ad is a Vietnamese Singapore ad for shower curtains and shower rods and all this. Yeah, because that's exactly what I always post. Here, every single day I'm posting Asian ads all over the place. So Facebook completely useless to me. They couldn't. I even wrote back saying it's an ad in Singapore. We do pop culture. We do baseball on the other one. Pop culture, movie, sports, all that stuff. Nothing. Said no suspicious activity, and they closed the case. So I get to the credit card company. They handle it. They gave me a full refund, which in totality came out to like $347 of charges.
Jeez.
I just went in because now I'm driving myself crazy because we're gonna go on the air and nobody's gonna watch us on Facebook because it can't be shown. So I go and look and I'm searching through everything, and finally I look to see if there's any restrictions, and they have this fucking account broadcasting only to Vietnam.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, let me remove that. Then I sent the test out to you. I sent the test out to the wife. I looked at multiple places, and we're working now.
So the last couple of shows only went to Vietnam. Dude,
Vietnam.
Where's our Vietnam money?
Yeah, right. Yeah. A ninth of a cent per person.
Wow, that's weird.
So that's my little rant on Facebook. I'm tired of the shit. I listen. We'll push everything on YouTube, Facebook. You bunch of dirtbag. You wanna? Yeah. This is what happens when you stop fact checking everything. You paused my account for suspicious activity and then told me that the charges are all valid because there's no suspicious activity.
Meanwhile, we're famous in Vietnam now. Damn it.
Timmy, they got posters of us feeding out sports bars, American famous journalists.
That'd be awesome.
All right, that's all for my rant. Let's hit the music and let's get to some sports talk here.
Do it.
Mahomes swings it. Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series! Batter number 18 has been secured. Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup!
Acknowledge me!
All right. Now that I got that out of the way, a lot of emotion going on in this studio the last week. That was my emotion, my frustration. But let's talk a little bit of you and I don't really ever get a chance to talk about basketball because the Knicks haven't been good in forever, and you're a Celtics fan and you get everything you want in this world. But
we got one title. We should have had many more after that deal. We should have had many more.
That is very true. But let's start in the NBA. The Knicks and Celtics. Celtics were minus 900 favorites to win this series going into it. Game one. Obviously, we all know what happened in both of these games. Game one and game two, Knicks down by 20 at some point, either in the second quarter or the third quarter, and both games in Boston. I couldn't even spout the words out to express how I was feeling yesterday about this because it's just like, battle back, and Jalen Brunson. It's weird to say, down 12. Going into the fourth quarter, I'm confident. I got Jalen Brunson, the clutch player of the year. Just you trust him in everything that he does. Every single pass, everything makes sense in what he does. And thank you to the Dallas Mavericks for not believing in him and offering him they offered him $60 million over 3 years. And he take a really team friendly contract. He's only making $30 million. Where these other guys are in the 50, 55, 60. James Harden, who was a no-show, scored 8 points in that game, which is what he does. And that guy's making 60-something million. Jimmy Butler's making $65 million. But anyway, I digress. Knicks come back and win that game. Foul trouble. There was no way the Knicks should have won that game. But the Celtics were 15, or what was it? 15 for 60.
They do what they always do. So I don't know why. You would figure a team coming off a championship would be a little more poised and a little more, they call it the word seasoned and and used to it. But they do what they always do. I said they're up by 20, they're cruising, no problem. We got this game. Here come the Knicks back 10, 8, 6. What do they start doing? chucking up threes. That's it. Let's just start chucking up threes and pray half of them go in. They don't go in, and it's just what they do. And it's like you said, you would think a team that just won last year would know not to be doing that, but they seem to be falling for that same shit over and over again.
So I even watching the sports shows, First Take, and all these guys, after game one, they asked, is it a must-win situation in game two for the Celtics? And one of the answers was, no, it is not a must-win for the Celtics. It is a must-win for the Knicks, still in game two. I'm okay with a split, but the Celtics are elite. They make just a few more of those threes and we're toast. On the flip side, the Knicks also missed 17 free throws because they do hack a Mitchell Robinson who airballs three free throws now. So game two, more of the same. Actually, I was doing the Put in the Book show last night, keeping an eye on the next game. They were down 10, they were down 12, then they were down 16. Show's over. They're down 20. I'm like, they can't do it again. I'm like, all right, let me just be okay with the fact that they split it. All good. And then here we go. Mikal Bridges scores nothing through the first three quarters, and he puts up like 14 points. He's grabbing rebounds in that fourth quarter. And then the final sequence there, after all the threes were made and the shots were made, and Brunson hit those two free throws, or even right before the two free throws, they ran that play where Jason Tatum just ran down the court and dunked it. Boom. Took the lead. I'm like, man. But he left a ton of time, which you give Jalen Brunson, give 3 seconds right now, and I'm confident. But he takes it to the basket. He hits his two free throws, and then the Celtics. I thought they made a huge error in not calling a timeout there to advance the ball and come up with another play. The coach said, he was confident. They took advantage of it the first play, the first time around, and he was confident that they were going to make that work again. But listen to the post game, Mitchell Robinson and OG Anunoby looked at each other and communicated, this is the same shit. Let's push him. Let's make sure he can't go right. They push him left, and he's got he's got to pass out of it at that point. Mr. Tatum with your 11 points. Okay. He's got this cocky air about him, even when he's not making shots. He was that one wide open three. There's nobody within 12 feet of him, and he takes the shot and he makes it. I'm happy for it. They missed like 13 shots in a row, but he's great, but he's not one to do it in the playoffs. So I'm happy, but I'm scared to death. I am petrified because just a couple years with. Last year or 2 years ago that the Heat had a 3-0 lead. We're better than the Heat were, and the Celtics came back on them. So how are you feeling as a Celtic fan? Well, Celtic fan in New York, but how are you feeling even down 0-2? You should still be some level of confidence.
I'm 3-0. The series is over. I don't care.
I won't even say that.
No, if it goes 3-0, then it's done. Definitely a must win. And I see the next two, obviously. I mean, every game's a must win now.
Yeah,
but they have to tie it. They can't go down. They can't give the Knicks a clinching game. So I said it's something about them. Again, they cruised all year. Now they're like, oh well, we're the best. We don't have to do anything.
You said this early on in the season.
Yeah, you can't get like that. You can't think like that, and they are thinking like that. And like you said, game's close. So start chucking threes up, see what happens. Maybe they'll hit, maybe they won't, and that's just a stupid way to play the game. So, yep. Am I worried 25%. Right now? Yeah, I'm worried right now. I'm not going to lie. The Knicks are playing great, man. They're playing, I said, and Brunson, that dude's on another level right now. On a complete another level.
It's just, and then guys like Josh Hart, they remind you like he's like for me he's like a combination of John Starks and Charles Oakley. He's the guy who dives into the crowd. He gets he's a guard and he's getting 9, 10, 11, 12 rebounds. He's all over the place. He's always like involved in stuff. Hits the occasional three, can drive to the basket. Cat's had his foul trouble in game one, but yesterday was beast, 22 points, 17 rebounds or something like that. And then Mikal Bridges, who has been this on again, off again talking, especially in the New York market, of did they give up too much to get him? And not just these 2 games. He's lived up to what the trade was. So in a nutshell, the Knicks are up 2-0 after beating the Celtics in Boston, down by 20 in both games, and I am still petrified.
Yeah,
PTSD.
you have that Knicks
PTSD of just suck. We don't get in this position. We don't go up 2-0 against the champion ever. It's the Knicks. And they were talking about, is this the biggest game at Madison Square Garden since when? And it's probably since the 90s at this point.
94 Game 7?
The baby. God.
Gotta be.
Because like the last time the Knicks made the finals was that 2000 year against the Spurs with the Tim Duncan and David Robinson, when the Knicks had no business being there. Yeah. Lucky they got 1 win. And then the Carmelo Anthony year,
like the shortened year.
Yeah. And then the Carmelo Anthony years were good, but then you had the big 3, Bosh and LeBron and Wade. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
This is probably the biggest. Right. This is the biggest series for them since, I would say, the Rockets, 94.
I am so scared. I'm so scared right now. My God, I woke up the neighborhood game 1, and then I woke everybody. Whatever was going on in the house yesterday, dog barking, people trying to go to sleep. No, going nuts. But it's good. Good to at least be excited about something in the playoffs. The Knicks have made the playoffs for a few years in a row now. Feels like building some continuity there and stuff. All right, other series going on right now. Minnesota's up 31-15 on Golden State. Steph, he did that thing to his hamstring the other day. I'm not sure haven't checked to see what's going on with that, but I mean, you got Jimmy Butler and a bunch of guys now. So Golden State down 16. They won the first game, but now let's see, because Anthony Edwards is going to turn it on. He's been pretty damn good. The Nuggets series with the Thunder, the Nuggets. So that was the first game yesterday, Timmy, where any home team won a game.
Yeah,
in the second round.
Weird,
nuts. But they won it. They did. They whooped up on Denver by 43 points. So that's a 1-1 series. Everything else is 2-0. Saturday, the Garden, 3:30, ABC. Hopefully we get a little Mike Breen. Love that guy. A little bang action.
I'm gonna call you at like 4:00. Just
so
shoot the shit.
Because I could see the Knicks just losing, because the Celtics are the Celtics in the end. So they check up those threes or not.
Well, the biggest thing is now you got to keep their mouth shut. You got to tell them, especially our local sports announcers, to stop running their mouths, because they're the ones who are going to piss off the wrong
Don't
people.
Get cocky. Don't. I will say even Stephen A. Smith is not over the top. Like, he's excited. He's just doing his go New York, go. But
no, what's his name? Fucking, I always forget his name. The bald dude that I can't stand. Carlin? That fucking guy.
Chris Carlin.
He's throwing. Did you see his show after the first game?
After the first game,
he was throwing back against the wall, bricks. Yeah. It's like, dude, you're always wrong. You're always wrong. Stop before it comes back to bite you on the ass.
It's bad. And then Kendrick Perkins, one of the questions.
He's also the guy, on Tuesday, the Nets are the worst team in the league. You got to trade them. 2 days later, they're the fucking best team. They're better than the Yankees. They're gonna. It's like, dude, you're a horrible, horrible announcer. Horrible.
The roller coaster. Oh my god. So we'll see. Thursday, Saturday, 3:30. My blood pressure needs to be checked. My sister's texted me, and they were down by 20. We were talking about, all right, we'll split it. And then she's down 8. We're like, holy shit, can they do it again? And then the Knicks are always the chemistry on the team is really good, and that's another thing that you haven't seen in just forever. Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, they had went to college together. They have their podcast, and when they asked Josh Hart, what can you say about Jalen Brunson that you haven't said before in the overtime game? He's like, well, he could have won in regulation for us. Which that's another thing. Jalen Brunson is on such another level, like you said, that he missed that layup to win the game in regulation. And even if the Celtics would have won that game, nobody would have said a word. Nobody would complain about Jalen Brunson, and if they did, they should have been fired because he's we have a new pope. He is that level, Timmy. Hey, don't use your newfound powers to bring the Celtics back in the series. Right? Don't ask for no special favors. Okay?
That's my first order. I'm going to talk to Jesus tonight on the hotline.
All right. I'm looking to see really quick if there's any blowouts. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, they're all in baseball. Kansas and all blowouts you would expect. Kansas City beat the White Sox 10-0. And in a doubleheader, game 1, Detroit beats Colorado 10-2. Game 2, Detroit beats Colorado 11-1. No, Colorado can't even score in their own stadium anymore. They're what are they? What are they? 5-27?
Yeah, I feel bad.
Do it again to get another team to break the Mets record that has already been broken. Let's be third place. All right, let's switch a little gears here to ice hockey, which I did really. Maybe this is the reason why Ant and Melo don't want to be on the show right now. The Panthers, both champs, down 0-2 in their series right now. NHL and the NBA.
I picked Toronto.
You did. I figured, Rangers are not in the playoffs. They're right here. I rooted for them against Tampa because I associate Tampa with like Baker Mayfield. So I hate all their stuff. Everything about Tampa, Baker Mayfield related. All right. You have watched a little bit more, and I have watched only the Panthers. Recently, I'm really focused. My heart can't. Yeah, I have no rooting interest in the NHL stuff. Neither do you right now. But Mr. Zant, the former employee from here, he might be happy with the outcome. So catch us up as best you can on the NHL stuff going on.
Yeah, I like Toronto since the end of the season. I think they might actually be able to break this no Canada rule, especially considering they may end up when they're playing the freaking Jets.
That was a bet.
Canada
or the field.
Yeah. So I mean, but the Avalanche is also a very tough team. So it's gonna be a hard ass. I mean, Dallas was talking about, right? Who was it? No, it's Dallas. I'm sorry. That's what I meant, Dallas. I was only saying Dallas. It hurts my mouth to say it. But yeah, Dallas. I don't know, man. I can see an all Canada fucking Stanley Cup this year. But now Winnipeg comes out with this theme song, trying to copy the Bears, saying we want the cup, we want the cup. It's like, dude, why would you just jinx yourself? Why would you put yourself in that position? And it's a horrible song. It's horrible. It's terrible.
Back-to-back jinxes?
Canadians shouldn't be doing stuff like this. Just let it go, man.
It's not up their alley.
It's not up their alley. Now, as far as Toronto and the Panthers go, look, again, season team, Stanley Cup champs, I can see them making a nice comeback, but I just like Toronto. I like the way they're playing. I like the way they've been playing, and that's why I picked them. But I think an all-Canada Stanley Cup finals would not be good. At least not in this country.
No.
It would not be good. We may have to have
Toronto. I think we take pride in the drought, in the Canadian drought in hockey.
That's true. That's very true. So we need at least one Canadian team. So we could have Dallas versus Toronto, and I'll still take Toronto to win. I think the drought ends this year. I think Toronto's going to win. That's just my personal pick. And yes, Mr. Zant will be very happy wherever he is.
That would be crazy. He might be Maybe he's well. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Paul Pierce, what he did.
Paul Pierce.
This guy.
Some people just go crazy after they retire, man. It's just,
I know. What is he
just go
doing?
nuts.
So he wound up walking 20 miles to the
Barefoot.
job, barefoot in a robe. It's so. Hey, at least he followed up in what he said, because what he said was way out there, because he had zero thought about the Knicks going up 2-0.
I would have cheated so badly. I would have taped like Dr. Scholl's on my feet so you can't see it.
Oh, barefoot! My God, what are you doing? Seriously?
That's what I'm saying. First of all, no one should ever walk barefoot in the city anywhere.
No, and they do in LA, right?
Yeah. No, I would have taped Dr. Scholl's on my feet so you can't see them.
Anything,
and then maybe walk 20 miles.
Those are the cities like New York. I grew up in New York. They at one point they were putting syringes in the change thing and payphones. Remember that shit?
Please, every day, man. I see it every day.
Well, so the series shifts here. When's the next game for the main? Okay, so tomorrow. See, that's good to know. I need to schedule places out in front of my house. Going to be a madhouse because people don't know how to drive in Florida. So the series shifts here. So I mean, Toronto did what they needed to do, and Panthers are the champs. And that atmosphere, I was in it last year when I went to Rangers Panthers. What was it, game 3? I think it was game 3 when the Rangers won in overtime. The atmosphere is pretty intense. There's a lot of New York fans there. There's going to be, that's the thing. This is the big thing, Timmy. Canadians can't drive. So whenever it's a Canadian, especially during the height of winter, when we have the Canadian influx down here anyway, when the Canadians come here and Toronto come here, it's just nuts. So
and they're not friendly anymore because of the whole Trump thing. No, you can't get a Canadian anymore.
Wait, are they mean now?
Well, you want quick sidetrack, and this will be a 5-minute sidetrack, not a 3-hour sidetrack like we usually end up. I saw Kevin Smith the other night. I went to the Dogma 25th anniversary screening.
Yes,
had a Q&A. He had backing for Mallrats 2 or another one of his movies, Canadian Money. They backed out. They literally backed out because of everything that's going on between Trump and the tariffs and Canada. So he lost funding to his movie because of that shit.
Oh my God!
So I think Canadians are mad.
Well, that and they're doing tariffs on any foreign films now, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's funny too. I tie this in, but a lot of these gas stations are the ones that are doing the bullshit that all this one day. From one day to the next, I had a gas station that was $2.98. Not the $1.98. There's no $1.98 anywhere that I've seen, but $2.98. Right. Next day, $3.27.
Yeah.
They just do it, and then down here, it's starting hurricane season, and forget about that. If a hurricane comes they might pay $2 a gallon for the gas, but they can charge us $6. That's what we do. All right, let's get back to the Canadians. All right, so
are they playing now? Is Dallas playing now?
Dallas is playing now. No, Carolina's no, it's just tonight. It's Carolina, Washington, Capitals up 2-1 in the third, and then later on it's Edmonton and Vegas.
Yeah.
Oilers up 1-0.
I like
Dallas
the Oilers.
Up 1-0.
I like the Oilers too. You got another Canadian team. I'm liking all the Canadian teams.
There's almost one in each matchup.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to say one as in, it's racist. It's not. It's, Canadian teams. It is what it is. All right. Anything else in hockey? Other than the traffic is going to be insane here. And I live so close to the arena that I don't even have to watch the game. I can hear the react. If it's quiet when the game's over, it's a little somber. Toronto's going to win that. Toronto will have won that game. All right. Anything else in hockey, sir?
No, I think the drought ends. That's all I'm going to say. And if it has to be any one of those teams, well, I don't know. I kind of like Connor McDavid, but I think it's going to be Toronto. Even though they choke every year, but still.
What happens with see, and the political stuff goes into the sports world too, because then their prime minister say you can't take our sport or something like that. And, something like that. All right. So, all right, let's move on. Let's move it along here. We're moving along at the A-team pace. Let's get into football. A little football news here. Trade was made yesterday that has been rumored for a long time, but then I kind of dismissed it because it kind of went away. Pickens from the Steelers. I'm not sure what's going on here. Pickens from the Steelers goes to Dallas. What are the Steelers thinking about here, Timmy?
Is there something wrong with Pickens? I mean, I don't get it. Yeah, that's got to be the only reason, right? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. But
you brought Metcalf in,
yeah,
and then you got rid of Pickens. You haven't gotten a quarterback. It's still what's his name? I don't even know his name. Can't think of his name. So I don't know. I don't know what Pittsburgh's doing. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers is doing. Right, Aaron Rodgers is doing his own thing. I think Timmy froze up. I think I'm going to be solo here for a moment. But
number two.
Here it comes. Timmy's got what?
I'm back.
There he is. It went so fast, full speed.
I'm back. No, I was gonna say, did you hear the second rumor?
No.
Second.
I didn't stop talking there at all, so I didn't hear anything you said.
Well, again, rumor, and I'm not taking any credit for this. This is second hand, third hand, fourth hand, grapevine shit. That the Cleveland Browns are prepared to send Shedeur Sanders to the Cowboys for fucking Dak Prescott, and including pick swaps. What? And this is what we're at right now.
And then you fire Schottenheimer after year one, and then bring Dion in.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Can you honestly see Shedeur playing for the Browns? No. I mean, it makes a lot more sense.
I don't even know what the hell they're doing. They got 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
And Joe Flacco is going to beat them all. Joe Flacco.
You pick on the Giants. Meanwhile, they said the Browns have 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Oh, at least I feel we have competent. Joe Flacco can get the job done if he's got time. But I feel like say whatever you want about Russell Wilson. I think he's at least competent. Jameis Winston's like this whirlwind tornado guy, Tasmanian devil. Let me chuck the ball, which is more excitement than we've had in a while. And Anthony Edwards is on the floor holding his ankle right now. No bueno. Minnesota fans are just like, they can't catch their breath right now. He's just holding on to his ankle. That's not good. Not good. No bueno for Minnesota.
I mean, if this is true at all, I mean, it makes sense from a Jerry Jones perspective. It makes sense from a Deion Sanders perspective.
The thing, Schottenheimer is, say whatever you want. I think Timmy froze again, so I'm going to talk until Timmy comes back. It's going to fast forward.
I mean, it kind of does. I'm back. I'm watching Little Wi-Fi thing go up and down. It's like, why?
That happened to me months back, but so Schottenheimer, he's taking steps to put chemistry back in the Cowboys, which I could care less. We're entertained by the lack of chemistry, but they moved Prescott's locker, or they moved Micah Parsons' locker or Dak, or the two of them. I don't know if they move one or the other, but they're closer together now. Which, why were they on separate? I get the defense and the offense, but it should be like defense, offense hits like the captains of each side, and Dak and Parsons are maybe that connecting force, and then defense and offense spreads around. But that's one of the changes that they made, and now I don't know. I thought Schottenheimer is like a lame duck from the get-go because of what they wanted to perhaps do with Shedeur Sanders and Dion and Jerry Jones just losing his mind.
First of all, the fact that you have to switch lockers like that's like grade school shit.
It is
grade school shit. It's dumb. But if anyone was going to pull that kind of a trade off, like right before the season started, it would be the Cowboys. It would be Jerry Jones. It would be, and then forget about it. Shedeur and Dion would be the happiest people on the planet.
I think us too, because that's going to be a cluster. It's entertainment.
Shit, our division is going to be crazy. Crazy. It's all right. I think we have the defense down to catch all those little bastards. So
don't sleep on us.
Don't
sleep on us. Don't sleep on. I was telling. I think it was last week. I don't know. Whatever one of those long shows. But I was saying, with what we've got, with what the Giants have now, it's easy to start being a little bit confident about, moving in the right direction. But then you look at the defenses that they got to play this year.
Yeah.
When's that? The 14th?
Yeah.
The schedule release 14th or so?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Anything else in football? We're at that.
I definitely can't wait to do a Giants review about the draft.
Yeah.
And where we're headed, because
we have feelings on that.
I was excited the last couple of years, but this year I'm actually very excited. I think they nailed it. I think they nailed it.
I think so too. All right. And we'll maybe we could try to do that on Monday, like I was saying.
Yeah. And even though we missed all our games, I think we should still play a draft game. We didn't get a chance to play one.
We should. Like a redraft?
Yeah.
We should. No, that should never stop us.
Exactly.
We don't play by those rules. All right, let's get into a little bit of baseball. May 8th, so still very early in the season. But how are you feeling about the Yankees so far? First place.
They need a little bit of bullpen help. That closer has to be settled. Yeah, I think they're a better team than last year. I just do. I think I like the way Bellinger's fitting in. I like the way the young guys are playing. Volpe. It's time for Volpe to step up. It's time, because this is like his third, fourth year. He's not really improving, but this is it. You don't do it this year where we're looking for a new shortstop next year. So this is this year. But yeah, I mean, then you got Judge. It's like watching fucking Hercules out there every goddamn game. He's
insane what he's doing.
It's every time they pop up a new stat. Like in his last 62 games, he's batting 7,000 with 500 home runs. It's like, Jesus Christ! All right,
it's like he's a 20-year-old playing in a Little League World Series.
Yeah, I mean, watching him, it's a pleasure. I gotta say, it's an honest play, and every time he comes to bat, you get that feeling. It's like, okay, here it
like
comes,
an event. When does he start getting the Bonds treatment? They don't even have to throw the balls anymore. Just put up the floor. Boom.
If he keeps the way he's going, I mean, he still strikes out a lot, though. I don't think he's going to get the Bonds treatment anytime soon. He struck out 3 times last night.
Well, okay, but let's say you're the opposing manager and is 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. You're up by 3. Aaron Judge coming to the plate with the bases loaded. Do you think at least about walking him? I say you got it right now. What is he batting for? What?
Up by 3? I mean, I guess you can walk in that extra run. Walk in that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because now you're up by 2, and I don't know who bats behind him typically. I don't know who
bats behind. It doesn't matter who bats behind him. It doesn't matter who. But yeah, exactly. I mean, I can see it. The guy's bat. Yeah, When was the last time someone batted 400 this late? In May, middle of May. Does it happen very
Well,
often?
not just that, but with the power and that what's his name that played for the Marlins and then the hell's his name? And he's on the Padres now. You guys were rumored to get him. He won the batting title in Minnesota, and then he won it with the Marlins.
Well, I can't think of his name either. The Marlins.
Yeah, exactly. Luis Ariz.
Okay.
Yeah, he won with the 2022. He won the batting title with Minnesota. And then he won it after he got traded to the Marlins. Now he's with the Padres. And there was a lot of rumors in the offseason that you guys were going to trade for him to put him at second base, I think, because he's a second baseman. But, I mean, he doesn't strike out. I don't know. Let me see. What was he batting right these days? No, he's batting 280. Oh, only 280 these days is 320.
It's true.
But let me see. In 2022, he batted 316, won the bat. That's a low batting title win. And he's a career 321 hitter. He had 316 with the Twins in 2022, 354 with the Marlins in 2023, and then 314 in 2024 with Miami and San Diego. He's a pretty damn good hitter. He had MVP. He was MVP, top 15 in MVP voting 3 years in a row, and he don't do nothing else.
I'll take him.
On base 375, 393, and 346. A career 370.
He gets on base.
He gets on base. What does he do?
Gets on base. Make the point of Pete.
Oh man, that wasn't on the list either, right? That remember the list that we that you rattled off, the top 10 sports movies that day. That wasn't on there.
That was the worst list ever.
Terrible. Tigers are 25-13.
Yeah,
jeez.
Tigers are hot.
Their run differential is 83. Well, today helped. They outscored the Rockies by like 20 today. But we're the Rockies now. Rockies are 6-31.
Look at the A's. No home when they're in second place.
I know. What? You see, that's what I told you. They're playing in the little Sacramento stadium. They get like 12,000 people, or I'm just making that up to 12,000. And they feel more support. They're out there. 2018. Seattle in first place. Houston languishing. 500. They're right there. They never count out Houston. Every time we do, they battle back. Timmy will be back. He's a black screen here so far. But let me continue on with some baseball stuff. The Rockies are 6-31. They're 2-17 away. But they're elite at home. They're 4-14 at home. Their run differential now stands at -109. They've given up 224 runs and only scored 115. They can't even win it at home. I'm on a solo show now. It's just me. So back to the American League. Yankees in first place. Red Sox 2 games out. They're playing well. The Blue Jays have won a few straight series. They're hanging around. They're just a couple of games below 500. To me. Now, the Blue Jays. I feel like there's always like we're getting there. We're getting there with the Blue Jays, and they're 4 games under. The Orioles, Timmy. I didn't feel like this coming. They're 10 games under. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Minus 69 run differential. You guys beat up on them recently, right?
And the goddamn Red Sox. Yeah, we beat them bad too. And the goddamn Red Sox always hanging around.
You know, it remember in the. Of course you remember. I'm not asking you if you remember, but when the Yankees were dominating in the late 90s and the Orioles were trying to be good, like with Showalter and them, and you just guys Orioles always seem to have hope, and you guys just destroyed them, just crushed them every single time. It wasn't even fair. All right, and then Central, the Tigers are in first place. Cleveland's there. Kansas City, after a tough start, they've won 6 in a row. Wow. Central, the Tigers have won 4 in a row. Royals have won 6 in a row. Twins have won 5 in a row. And then the White Sox have lost 4 straight. The West, you mentioned the Athletics are right there. Seattle's in first place. Didn't Seattle just trade Luis Castillo, the pitcher, to Baltimore? I think I read.
I didn't even read anything today.
Yeah, this is an early. Oh wait. Okay. So I read this probably this morning. Luis Castillo was traded from the Seattle Mariners to the Baltimore Orioles, but not that Luis Castillo. They have 2 Luis Castillo pitchers, so it's not the front of the line guy. I was wondering, I got him on my fantasy team, Timmy. All right, National League in the East. The Mets continue. They're in first place, up by 2 with the Phillies. Braves have started coming along a little bit, but they're still 6 games out. Nationals are pretty good for a crappy team. That makes sense. And the Marlins hanging around. Marlins have this young scrappy team. I can't name two players on the team outside of Sandy Alcantara, who's gonna probably get traded before deadline. But they're scrappy. They have all these little 20-year-old, 21-year-old kids that are just letting it all hang out and trying to be there. So a little bit more into the Mets. Pitching has been great. Lineup has been really good recently. Bottom of the lineup is hitting well. Acuna is playing well. We appreciate Max Scherzer, who I'm known for saying, don't let the door hit you on the way out. He went out and then he said, "Oh, the Mets aren't even trying to compete in 2024." Well, guess what? In 2024, you're 2 games away from the World Series, Max, while you're trying to do some little bit of pitching for who he plays for the Blue Jays now. He was at the Rangers. Now he's going to be a journeyman. But we got Acuna for him, and he's doing great. He's at the bottom of the lineup. And then theoretically, if the guys at the bottom of the lineup are doing well, you got Lindor, you got Soto, and then you got Pete. Twice this year, Soto has been in a slump, right? Not playing up to the Soto standard. The first time he had an 11-game on-base streak, and they said he was slumping, which, okay, fine, for the amount of money. But any player would dream of being in a slump and being on base 11 straight games. Now I feel like he's making that turn, and I think Dangerous Soto's coming. He's got 2 multi-home run games in the last week. And one little tidbit of information for Juan Soto, which I think is insane. He is 1 away from breaking the record for most multi-home run games before the age of 27. He's tied with like A-Rod and a couple other guys, and he's just 1 behind Jimmy Fox. And you guys who are out there, Jimmy Fox, look him up. Pretty good baseball player. But so Mets have a tough road ahead here. They got the Cubs, who are in first place in the Central. Then they got Pittsburgh, but then Mets Yankees play. Then the Mets play the Red Sox and the Dodgers. So the Mets next 3 out of the 4 series: Cubs, then Pirates, Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers. Those are the next 5 series for the Mets. We'll see. Cubs are in first place. Dodgers, that the National League West continues to be good. Dodgers, Padres, Giants, all at least 10 games over. So that's really early on. I'm watching the Colorado Rockies for being a really shitty team. After that Mets little roller coaster with the really good teams, they do play Colorado like 6 of the next 10. So because they play at home, then they go to LA to play the Dodgers for 4, and then they go to Colorado.
Yeah, those are the dangerous games. Those are the trap games.
And it's embarrassing. Imagine get swept by that. Jesus Christ. minus 109 run differential. Good. I like it. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Do you ever watch horse racing? I listened to Mad Dog, and one of his things that he was mad about is the horse who won. I don't know any of those things.
The Derby.
The Derby is not gonna run in the Preakness.
Yeah.
And he went nuts. He was like, so like a once in a lifetime thing. You won that. Go win the Preakness. You don't think the horse is gonna be ready in time? He's got a cough or something. He cracks me up.
Do you want to hear a story?
Yeah, I'm always here for stories.
And maybe we'll close it out this way because I might cry after this. This is the story of my life. If you're ready, I live in Jersey now. I have the Twin Spires app, which is just for betting horses. I also have a guru in my family. Never wrong. The fucking guy's never wrong. Last year I hit 2 out of 3 because of him. I called him right away. Who we betting? Gives me the fucking horse. I go, okay. I'm gonna fucking. I go on my thing to bet. I'm in Jersey. It doesn't work in Jersey. Can't bet in this state. I'm like, shit.
Oh.
I call a friend of mine who part-time bookie. I'm like, dude, will you take a horse bet for me? A horse bet. He goes, take whatever you want. I said, all right, let me go over this one more time, and I'm gonna fucking call you back, place the bet. But this is who I'm thinking. And it was Sovereignty. This is who I'm liking right now. Maybe I'll change my mind, maybe I won't, but that's who I'm gonna go with probably. I fucking fell asleep.
Oh.
I fell asleep like 20 minutes before the fucking race. Didn't call the bet in. I had missed calls. Cost me with what I would have bet and what he would have paid. Cost me about $500.
Damn.
Story of my life.
Well, the other night when the Knicks were down by 20 in game 1, the line moved from 8.5 to like 16.5. I was like, I think the Knicks can cut it to 10, and I didn't do it. And for the Knicks to come back and win was like 14-1.
Damn.
So you put $5 down, you get 70, and I didn't do that either because
$500.
We snooze, we lose, Timmy.
$500 it cost me. Taking a nap cost me $500.
Most expensive nap ever.
And
That's worse than any Melo nap.
The first text I saw was from my cousin who picked it. I was calling him either Ace Rothstein or I call him John Anthony. You ever see that movie with Matthew McConaughey and Al Pacino?
Oh yeah.
So his name is John Anthony. I said, I don't know if I'm going to call you John Anthony or Ace Rothstein. So he texted me, John fucking Anthony, you're welcome. And I went, I fell asleep. I didn't get the fucking bet in. I fell asleep.
Yeah, Hello Darkness playing in your brain. You got a fucking dart in your neck. Oh man. All right. I think Timmy froze again. We'll let him speed up, and I hear him.
So I've fallen. I've come to talk to you again.
Oh, all right. You're back now. You're back, all baby. Right. I'm back, baby. Stanza. All right. Let's do. That'll. I think we got everything here today. What's the score? They're still showing this guy being down on the floor here. What's the score in this game here, real quick, before we 56-39. Oh, it's at halftime. That's fine. All right. Timmy, anything on the way out here, sir?
Backlash Saturday. I'll probably do a show before then, hopefully with Dave. And no, other than that, let's hope it doesn't suck being a Celtic fan at work the next couple of weeks.
You know, I love you, Timmy, but I hope it sucks for you.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I completely understand.
1973. I've never seen it, Timmy. Never seen it happen.
And I got a handful. I got a handful, so I'm okay.
I know. You got that with them. You got the Yankees. You're just like,
Well, I'm only counting the ones when I was alive. So I still have a handful.
but
So I'm
still,
good.
it's still for me. That's a lie. For me living, the Mets won, and I was 5. The Knicks, goose egg. The Rangers won, but that's you and me both. And the Giants. Giants have 4 since I've been alive. Giants are my, just give me something else. Give me a Mets. Holy shit. 40 years next year for the Mets. Fuck. I always mess with Ant because the Dolphins and the Knicks last time that they won the championship was the same year. But baseball, Mets are 40 years next year. Rangers are going to be 31 years now. Oof. Anyway. All right. My little rundown here, Timmy. If were you done with your rundown?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. There's a few promos that are going on soon. We have Final Destination 183. That screening on Monday in multiple cities in Florida, and I'll get those posted. Coming is Megan 2.0. We got a little Gabby's Dollhouse for those interested. Tonight was a screening for the first couple of episodes of the final season of Big Mouth in Tampa and a few other cities that we did. Let's see what else we got going on here. Is there anything else here? Please hold just a moment. Mission Impossible, obviously that's coming soon. Bring Her Back, which looks like just a heartwarming story of child being possessed by demons. Hey, what'd you think? Real quick, what'd you think about Thunderbolts?
I wasn't excited about it as everybody else was. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I was happy, but I wasn't like over the fucking moon like everybody else was.
Yeah, and you mentioned the after scene credit, spoiler alert, is that you had called it, and obviously we're heading towards the Fantastic Four stuff, so we all kind of had that little hint of what was going on. What was 2 minutes and 58 seconds or something like that. I thought it was solid. Bob's my boy. Bob's the boy. Bob's the man.
By the way, in case you didn't know, I just figured this out today, but I'm sure everyone else knows. Bob is also Bob from Maverick.
Oh shit!
This dude loves playing guys named Bob. And they keep saying how many times were the word Bob said in Maverick and Thunderbolts combined? At least 1,000.
I think it was.
He stole the show. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Stole the whole movie.
And obviously, it wasn't action packed from start to finish. This is new. They got to build, talk to us about the characters and all that good stuff. But I thought it was solid.
Yeah, it was solid. But I mean, I wasn't flipping out like everybody else was. I was like,
well, Gilberto, Bert.
Like
every Marvel movie is the most important ever.
It's the greatest thing in the history of our sport.
Exactly, it's Bert every single time. Oh man! All right, so we'll get all those posted up there. How to Train Your Dragon is also coming up soon, which I actually a little excited about. Here we go. See, this is what we talked about. Melo, 59 minutes into Florence Pugh with like a word.
Florence Pugh stood 2 feet away from me in my elevator. So, whatever.
That's glorious. Her and Negan. What a lucky guy. So close.
I risked my job for that Negan picture. I snapped it over my shoulder real quick. I was like, I gotta get something for Farace at least.
Yeah, I don't care if it's like just the shoulder and the ear.
But I've been meaning to tell you, though, he is as cool as he fucking seems.
That's good.
Like,
That's
the elevator door opened, and he just comes fucking strolling. Like I said, this is exactly how I described it. He walks in like a fucking cowboy walking into a saloon.
Nice.
Like, he walked in, I was like, look at this motherfucker. Cool as
And he
shit.
seems cool to, like, bullshit, have a drink with, shoot the shit with. And...
Very nice. I mean, he wasn't too talkative with us, but he was still very cool.
All right. Well, yeah, that's good. I haven't watched any of that Walking Dead stuff. I know that the spin-off stuffs are all happening in season 2 of the one with him and Maggie in New York just started. I was excited about that. I didn't even know that season 1 was out. It's like AMC Plus. So I'm, I haven't had cable in forever, but. All right, so we'll get all those posted, various cities across the country and all that good stuff. And we're heading into the season, so a lot Dead City. Thank you, Melo. It's good, says Melo. Yeah. All right, that'll do it for us this week. A tight A-team Buck 01 show. We'll keep you updated. Now we're back on Facebook. We're not only being shown in Vietnam. Melo, we've only been shown. I feel a Canadian came out of me. So we've only been in Vietnam. We've only been shown in Vietnam the last month or so. These bastards. All right, we're out of here. We'll keep you updated on everything that goes on in the world of sports and pop culture and all that good stuff in the group. Until next week, peace out, everybody.
Mahomes plays it. Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series! Batter number 18 has been secured. Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup!
Acknowledge me!